Hey, hey, hey! This is Crystal Benford, founder of Zeely Creative, and some of you might know me as a singer and songwriter, but I am today introducing the first ever Zeely Creative podcast called Let's Brand with Zeely. I'm so excited. Did you hear me? I said the first podcast episode. Numero uno. I am so excited about this, and I hope that you're watching and that you're listening and that it will help you. So let me first tell you the purpose of the podcast. I am a small business owner and an entrepreneur, or maybe they're two in one. I feel like entrepreneurs are doing a whole lot of stuff on their own as business owners. That would be me. And then small business owners usually have a team, whether it be a couple of people or a few people, but they usually have a team. And sometimes I can contract people outside so they become my team temporarily. But I own Zeely Creative, and I remember when I was getting started, I had all these questions, and so I, just like you, would listen to podcasts, Google, find the different inspiration or the information that I needed. I would go out there looking. So I wanted to create a podcast that would help small business owners and entrepreneurs with marketing and branding, and design, how to design your own marketing, and give business tips, things that literally help me that I know is foolproof. You know what I mean? So I wanted to share that. I wanted to create this podcast for you guys and share the things that helped me, and also I will be sharing other things that helped other entrepreneurs that I know, and we'll be interviewing some people hopefully that can help us get our businesses to the next level. So today I wanted to start with something that was a little more inspirational, and today we are going to talk about how to make that dream a reality. Oh yes, how to make your dream a reality. So don't leave me. Stay right there. We're going to get started in 1 second. Okay, since we're going to be talking about how to make your dream a reality, let me put this disclaimer in here, honey, because I don't want you to think that I'm going to tell you how to get rich overnight, because if we could do that, I would be rich right now. And also, I don't want you to think that this is a get quick rich. Is that how you say it? I don't want you to think it's that. I don't want you to think that everything is going to happen overnight. Some of these steps, they are going to take time, okay? Anything that lasts long usually takes a little process, as we all know. I mean, that's just life. So we can't ignore the process, but we can embrace the process. So I want to give those of you that have a wonderful passion or have this phenomenal gift that you've been blessed with to do so effortlessly that everybody raves about, I wanted to give you a few tips how you can turn that creative passion into a money-making business. So let's get started. So excuse me, there might be some blurpers, some bloopers and stuff like that because this is my first one, but I want you to bear with me and we are going to have a good time, okay? Okay, so one of the first point that I want to get to is, what is your passion? Some of you might already know what you're really good at, and some of you might not. For those of you who do not know what you're really good at, and you might be multi-gifted like me, okay, but you might be multi-gifted. You might have a lot of things to choose from, but I want you to think about that one thing that you could do in your sleep that is so easy for you to do. That one thing that, and even though if you have 5 or 10 good things you could do, that one thing that everybody says, oh my God, you're so good at this. Oh my God, girl, you don't sell this? Dude, you are so good. Okay, that one thing, the one that everybody compliments you about, whether it's baking cakes or making flyers or web designer or whatever it is, that one thing that you're good at, what is it? I want you to identify it. Think about it right now. Take 5 seconds to think about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, what is that thing? Okay, now that you identify what that thing is, and even if you haven't, I want you to take the rest of the day, even after this podcast is over, to think about that one thing that you are effortlessly good at, that thing that you can do in your sleep, that thing that everybody raves about, that you just think is nothing. I want you to write that down, and I want you to think about ways that you can make money with that. Okay? Don't take it for granted. There are a lot of people, I'm sure, that are doing the same thing. So I want you to write it down and identify what is the one thing. If you have multiple things, I would say just start with two, at the most, two things to focus on. Just two. I would prefer you to focus on one, but just two for now. Okay, because we're trying to turn these creative ideas into business ideas. Okay, turn them into businesses that actually bring you income. Okay, so now, and I'm scrolling up because yes, I am following the template because I don't have a team right here with me right now, but I had to give you this information. So okay, so let's move ahead. So I want you, when you identify what that one thing is, I want you to think about it. Let your creative mind or your analytical mind, if you're analytical, let it take you to a place to make you think about, to make you envision the lifestyle that you want to have. I want you to do that. So I want you to close your eyes and let the creative process take place through your mind. Or your analytical. Let your analytical self break down everything and how you can get from point A to B and B to C and C to D and D to E. I want you to take this time, okay? Take some time this week. I want you to take some time and I want you to think about what is it that you can do with this great passion that you have and make money with it. Okay, now let's get to keys. Let's call them keys. I like keys better because keys mean we're unlocking something. So let's get to key 2. How do you sell this passion, this thing that you've probably been doing free all of your life, okay, and never and kind of took it for granted because you're so good at it. It just it just comes to you naturally. So you've probably been doing it for free. So now think about it. Now that you identified that one or two things, what can you do? How do you sell a passion? How do you get people on board with a passion? What I've learned in my own life is that when you have a passion, something, that one thing that, or one or two things that you're really, really good at, usually people already are on board. They've already seen it, tasted it, touched it, felt it, whatever it looks like. They're already on board with what you can do. Okay, so you already have a market. You already have a market. I don't care if it's your family, if it's your friends, your co-workers, if it's the people down at the YMCA that just love the way you bake pies or whatever it is that you do. You already have a market that already enjoys your passions. So let's think about what you can do to sell that passion. So since you have that market, those people that always compliment you on that one beautiful thing that you can do so well, start telling your friends, start telling your family members, your co-workers, start telling your community groups, whoever it is that you're in contact with that always rave about what it is that you do. Tell them that you're going to be offering it as a service now, or whether it might not be a service, it might be a product. Tell them that you're going to start offering it and that you are going to be setting it up as a business. Something that you want to do, and that you're going to be taking jobs, or if it's not a job, you're going to be taking orders, or if you're an artist, a singer, whatever, you're going to be taking gigs. Okay, so whatever that looks like, tell them that you're going to be doing that, and now you're open for business. So you're putting that in their ear. You're letting them know that you are now moving from the free passion realm into the it's time to make money business realm. Okay, you want to start doing that. And I believe that if you are really good at what you are good at, and that they've always said that you're really good at, then they're going to buy in. They are going to buy in. So here's what you do. The next step, which is key 3, is to price the passion. How do you price the passion? Crickets. Anyone? Right. How you price the passion. This is where some research will come into play. I would suggest, and this is what I did, and it helped me. Although I had to fluctuate a little bit, sometimes I was too low, sometimes I was too high, and I got it right eventually. But this is where the research comes into play. Whatever you do, and I know I said cakes and pies before, so we're gonna stick with the cakes and pies. If you sell cakes and pies, and that's your good thing, then you start looking at bakers that are at the top of the food chain, and then people that are just doing it out of their houses. And I want you to see their pricing, even if you have to call around or go on their website or hit them up on Instant Messenger or something like that. You want to see how much people are charging for the same type of product or service that you're offering. You want to see how much they're charging, and you want to put your pricing somewhere right in the middle, in the sweet spot. You know what I mean? You got to know who your people are, and you want to put who you're marketing to, and you want to kind of put that price right in the middle, not too high, not too low, especially if you're just starting out selling the passion. Okay, so you don't want to go too high or too low, but you want to make sure that you're definitely not underselling, because you don't want that passion that you're trying to turn into a business to turn into something that you hate because you're being underpaid for your services or your product. And then you don't want to go too high where, people don't really know who you are, and they're kind of like, you're brand new, your product is good, but such and such down the street sells it for $5 cheaper. You might run into that, and then you might run into that anyway. But I want you to price it somewhere in the middle. So do your research. Google is a wonderful resource. Okay, you could go into Google and just call people. A lot of times, people that are brick and mortars, they do have their prices on their sites. So do that and price yourself right in the middle. So when you already told your market that are interested and that love your passion, you already told them, I'm turning this into a business. I would love your help. I would love your support. And I'm sure that they will love and help and support. Another thing that you want to do is use social media. Social media, use it. Social media is one of the best free advertising tools online. You see my eyes blinking? Because I want you to get that, so I'm going to repeat it. Social media is one of the best free advertising tools online. Use it. We use it to post about our dogs and our kids and our cats, and how I got my hair colored, and how, I got my nails done, and, stuff like that. Let's start using that to build that business, to turn that dream into a reality, turn that passion into a business. Let's start doing that. And you know what? It's not just about you using it, but here's where you get support too. This is key number 4, honey. You don't want to miss this about social media. But here's what you want to do. You're not only posting your service or your product, and you're letting your whole community of social media friends and families know that you're turning this passion into a business, but also the people that have raved about you over the years, have them start posting. Okay, have them start posting on their site and tagging you and telling everybody how great your service is. Get those testimonials. Even if you get the testimonials from the people that said they loved what you do, even before you start charging, get those testimonials. I don't care if it's your friends, your family members. Really, nobody's going to know that they're your friends and your family members. You just need the testimonials. Well, they might know if you have the same last name, but nobody cares. Get those testimonials. I'm telling you, they are important, because word of mouth is the biggest marketing tool. Okay, that is the biggest marketing tool. So make sure you're using that social media, and that people are helping you use social media to get that business moving. Okay, so I just gave you some good stuff here. I hope you're listening. But use that tool. Okay, so let's give a breakdown. So key number one, we're unlocking the door to discovery. We're discovering what is our passion. What do we do so effortlessly that people rave about and that they most likely are willing to buy? Okay, that's key number one. What is the passion? And then key number two, how do you sell the passion? Okay, how do you sell the passion? And remember what we talked about selling the passion. You got to figure out some things. Get your family working, get your friends working. That social media thing is a help, and that kind of ties in 2 and 4. Okay, and then number 3 was how to price the passion. This is where your research comes in. You want to make sure you're looking at people that do the same thing that you do, that offers the same service or product that you offer, that you want to sell, that you do so wonderfully, and then you want to price right in between. Get into that sweet spot right in between, and then when you start growing, then you raise your prices. Definitely, when you become become a demand, you need to start raising those prices. Okay, but let's start somewhere in the middle, in the sweet spot, when you're just starting out. And then number 4, that key number 4, which is the freebie to use your social media and have your family use your social media. So this is where we are right now. So listen, so let me see here. So these are some steps to get you started to turning your passion into a business, making your dreams a reality. Yes, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. I would love to hear in the comments below how it worked for you. I'm going to give you a week. I would love to hear how it worked for you and see what you came up with. I would love to know what your passion was. What was the passion that you decided I could turn this into a business? What is that passion? And let me know what are the next steps that you're going to take. And I want to know if you chose one passion or if you had 2, because you might be a seriously creative person, so you might have 2. But I don't want you to go no more than 2, not for now, because we want to build. We don't want too many irons in the fire. We want to build up. We want to build. So in order to build, starting a business is like having a baby. When you are a parent of a newborn baby, you don't just have the baby and then put them on the bed and then walk away for 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying? It takes time, it takes energy, it takes thought process. So I want to know what that passion is that you're going to make the reality, that you're going to make a business, that you're going to start offering people. I would love for you to tell me so I can put it on the page so that everybody can see that you are now turning yourself into a business. You're going from dream state to reality state. So I cannot wait to hear it. Okay, I am so glad that you joined me. These are a few keys to get you started, and I want you to join us, to follow us on Instagram. We're under Zeely Creative. You can also like our Facebook page, Zeely Creative. By the way, if you have anything that you would like me to talk about as far as business, marketing, and branding, if there's anything that you want me to do an episode about, let me know. And so until next time, I'm so glad that you joined me, and I will see you next Wednesday. Or actually, you will see me next Wednesday. Okay. Have a good one. Bye, guys.